All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be talking about this new movie, Lola.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard about it, but it seems to be making a bit of a splash.
Yeah.
And we have a review from MovieKaTicket Films that we're going to be looking at today.
Right.
So hopefully we can get to the bottom of this and find out if Lola is actually worth your time or not.
Yeah, definitely.
So without further ado, let's just jump right in.
Sounds good.
So first of all, this review talks a lot about Lola's double life.
Oh, interesting.
And
I'm intrigued.
I think that's a really good place to start because it's not just a double life in the sense that she has two jobs.
Yeah.
But she's living in two completely different worlds.
Right. That makes sense.
By day, she is a hardworking grocer.
Okay.
But by night, she is struggling with drug addiction and working as an exotic dancer.
Wow. That's quite a contrast.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think the film is trying to say?
Yeah.
By really emphasizing this duality?
Well, I think it's trying to highlight just the intense internal conflict that Lola's facing.
Yeah.
You see her struggling to survive, to take care of her 9-year-old brother, Arlo.
Yeah.
And all while battling these personal demons. So I think it really emphasizes this desperate need for escape.
Right. And that need for escape is obviously just amplified by her current living situation.
Oh, for sure.
Because she's living with her mother, Mona, who's portrayed by Virginia Madsen.
Right.
And the review really makes a point to say that her performance is just chilling.
Wow.
She is terrifying in this role.
Okay, wow. So that definitely adds another layer to it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and speaking of adding another layer.
Yes.
Arlo, the 9-year-old brother, is exploring his gender identity.
Yeah.
Which obviously adds another layer of complexity to the whole family dynamic.
Absolutely. And not only that, but Mona's reaction to this exploration is extremely abusive.
Oh, wow.
So this is actually what pushes Lola to her breaking point. And she decides she has to leave.
Right.
She wants a better life for herself and for Arlo.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows they can't stay there.
Right. I mean, with all of that going on, you can't really blame her.
No, definitely not.
So she's trying to escape this toxic environment, it sounds like. But does she succeed?
Well, that's where things get really tricky and kind of sad.
Okay.
The review talks about Lola's tragic descent into addiction.
Oh, no.
And the heartbreaking loss of her brother.
Oh, gosh.
It sounds like the film really doesn't pull any punches and takes the viewer on just a huge emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds really heavy.
It does.
So what stood out to you about how the film portrays this descent?
Well, I think it was interesting that they really didn't shy away from just the brutal reality of addiction.
Right.
We see Lola struggling. We see her relapsing.
Yeah.
And we see the truly devastating consequences of those choices.
Yeah.
But even amidst all of that darkness, the film still manages to show how complex her love for Arlo is and her just unwavering strength, even in the face of all this adversity.
Right.
So it makes you think about, just how much strength it takes to actually confront these things.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, we've been talking a lot about Lola, but the review also highlights the supporting cast.
Okay. Yeah.
How are they?
And how amazing they were.
Yeah.
Specifically, they talk about Raven Goodwin, who plays Babina, Lola's loyal friend.
Okay.
And Richie Merritt, who plays Malachi.
Okay.
Who is Lola's troubled ex-boyfriend and unfortunately also her drug dealer.
Oh, wow. So he kind of plays a big role in the whole addiction aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean,
It makes me wonder, is he like a straight up villain, or is there more nuance to his character?
Yeah, that's a good question.
How does he contribute to the overall story?
Right.
I mean, I know you said they highlighted the performances.
Right.
So I'm assuming he's a good actor.
Yeah.
But what about the character itself? Well, the review doesn't really go into detail about, his character development or anything.
Gotcha.
But they do emphasize just how raw and emotional all of the performances were.
Right.
So it sounds like they all really brought something powerful to the table.
Yeah.
And really elevated the film's message about addiction and family and the struggle for redemption.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think it's really important because it's not just about the acting either.
Right.
The review also talks about how impactful the cinematography is.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they really highlight the visual storytelling as well.
Interesting. Yeah. So how does that play into it?
Well, it seems like the cinematography is really crucial in conveying the emotional weight of the story.
Oh, okay.
It highlights the contrast between the chaotic reality of Lola's life
Yeah.
and her just deep yearning for peace.
Oh, wow.
So you see these two kind of visual worlds happening
That's cool.
throughout the film.
So it's not just telling the story, it's really immersing you in it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like the visuals become an extension of her internal state, and they add this whole other layer of depth and intensity to the narrative.
Yeah, I can see how that would be super effective.
I know we touched on this a little bit ago, but
Yeah.
the review really makes a point to say that this film does not shy away
Okay.
from difficult subjects at all.
Right.
It digs deep into these really complex family relationships.
Yeah.
The idea of survival, the societal pressures that kind of weigh on all of us.
Yeah, and these are all themes that are super relevant, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, especially today.
Right, and they're not shying away from them at all.
Right, they're confronting them head on.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Okay, so that definitely makes it sound like a film that's going to stay with you
Yeah.
for a while.
For sure.
Like you're going to keep thinking about it even after it's over.
I think so.
Well, that's good. I mean, I like movies like that.
Me too.
That really make you think. It makes me wonder though, like after everything Lola goes through,
Yeah.
does she find any peace at the end? Like is there a glimmer of hope?
That's a great question.
Or are we just left kind of grappling with the weight of her choices?
And that's actually something that the review doesn't really answer.
Oh, okay.
So we're kind of left wondering.
So it's a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, in a way.
Gotcha.
So it sounds like if you're looking for a film that is going to challenge you emotionally,
Yeah.
that grapples with these tough realities, and leaves you thinking long after the credits have rolled, this might be the one for you.
For sure.
Lola might just be right up your alley.
That's awesome.
So let us know if you check it out. What do you think?
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your take on this one.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to spark some really interesting conversations.
Definitely. Yeah.
But that is going to wrap it up for today.
Sounds good.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
See you later.
Bye.